Welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, today we're going to talk about what's going on over at TikTok and with the U.S. Congress as of late. After, of course, Joe Biden signed a bill that would ban TikTok going forward if they didn't divest from their Chinese-owned parent company, ByteDance. Now, there's been some updates. Um, as of yesterday, filed in federal court here in the United States, there has been a lawsuit filed against the U.S. government by ByteDance and TikTok. Um, Claiming that the ban it basically violates the First Amendment rights of its users, which is absolutely true. It's kind of interesting that we're at this point, right? In the U.S., it's supposed to be a place where you have free speech, but do you really? If they're going to be able to ban the one app that you use to communicate, quickly across the country, it seems obvious, right, that it's a First Amendment thing. That they're just trying to curtail speech because they don't want us being able to communicate quickly. Now, people are going to say, well, there's YouTube, but you can't really get things across YouTube that quickly if you're, not someone that has the ability to do live events on, say, a, your phone or whatever on YouTube, right? Only certain people are able to really successfully get their information out quickly in a live on YouTube. Like I've done lives in the past, had very important things to discuss, but guess what? It didn't matter, did it? We average maybe 20 views on any given live here at the Big Ranch Show with 1,300 subscribers. Now, with TikTok, you can get that same message out to thousands and thousands of people, even if you have an account of maybe 200 followers. You see the difference? They are scared of the quickness of which TikTok functions. And sure, I don't do a lot of TikTok over there, but I know a lot of people that do, and I follow a lot of people over there that do. And I know a lot of small businesses are using it to make ends meet with rising costs and all that mess, right? So not only does it affect people's free speech, it's also destroying small businesses. There are millions of small businesses that use TikTok as part of their business model in order to make ends meet, to be able to keep them from having to close up shop. TikTok kept American small businesses in business during the pandemic. TikTok allowed people during the pandemic to connect with one another easily and quickly. Sure, are there a lot of things on all social media that we shouldn't be having on social media? Sure. Do I think the challenges that come across TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and all that stuff are absolutely crazy? Yeah, most of them I do. But do I believe we should ban anything? In the United States of America, my answer is no. We should not be banning social media apps. We shouldn't be banning anything that has to do with free speech. But that's what we're doing. Less than 260 days until this all has to be finished. Either TikTok has to divest from ByteDance, or we're going to ban it. So they filed a lawsuit. Now let's see what they had to say here. I'm going to read you a quote from ByteDance's lawsuit. Congress has taken the unprecedented step of expressly singling out and banning TikTok, a vibrant online forum for protected speech and expression used by over 170 million Americans to create, share, view, and view videos over the internet. ByteDance said in its suit it filed, according to the AP. It went on to say, um, for the first time in history, Congress has enacted a law that subjects a single named free speech platform to a permanent nationwide ban and bars every American from participating in the unique online community with more than 1 billion users around the world. Now, it's interesting how quickly, every year it's come up, right? Every year this ban has come up for the last, what, 4 years, 3 years, something like that. Well, I guess right since Trump was in office, so about 4 years. Um, every year it comes up and then it will quietly get, pushed away, right? Put back on the back burner. And you notice all of a sudden how quickly it got banned when all of a sudden people started using it to communicate to the world what was taking place in Gaza, to the genocide being perpetrated by the Israeli government on the people of Gaza, right? And then immediately they banned it. They were like, quickly get rid of it, right? Because they don't want anyone seeing what's going on over there. Our government is terrified of Americans waking up to the fact that our money is going over there to slaughter innocent civilians. They don't want Americans seeing that because for so long, for the better part of the last 70 years, we've been kept in the dark about what Israel has done to the people of Palestine. We've been kept in the dark. We're not told about how Israel is, bulldozing lands of people that belong to generations of Palestinians. They're not telling us anything here in the U.S. about how, you know, Israelis are blatantly and boldly attacking Palestinian people throughout the region, in the West Bank, down in Gaza. Just a few weeks ago, you had a horde of Israeli settlers that went through the West Bank, destroying homes and killing and trying to kill people. Did that make the mainstream news? No. But guess where it was at? TikTok. So there are a lot of reasons not to ban TikTok, at least for the user and for the American public. But just know your government does not want you to be able to have that much information at your fingertips. Because right now, sure, they're 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 terrified of what's going on, of what we're going to find out about what's been going on in Gaza, right? But at the same time, they're terrified of what it means for their political aspirations. They're concerned about, are they going to get reelected if they say something bad and it gets shot across this country in the matter of seconds as opposed to a matter of weeks. Because their reelections could just stop happening, right? If somebody was to start using TikTok to sneak, you know, things said, say at a fundraiser, the negative things that Republicans and Democrats both are known to say about different groups of people. And for some reason, we have this huge problem with China, and I don't understand it. And why? Because the fact is, sure, maybe that, there are a number of businesses that own different, that own parts of different businesses from all sorts of different countries, China included. Take, for instance, my favorite music service, Spotify. So at the end of the day, there's no reason to ban it unless they're scared of it. They're not banning Shein, they're not banning Temu, they're banning the one thing that can get communication out. Anyways, y'all have a great day. I'll see you down the road.